Today in Chris Performance Repair, we're going to go ahead and review a scan tool today. Now, why am I doing this on this channel? Well, for one, I did get offered it. Okay, it was something the company wants me to review this particular scan tool, but I'm actually okay with doing this because everybody, pretty much everybody, should own a scanner of this sort. You can see I have 3 items here. This one is the one that was requested to review, but I'm going to be comparing it to the other 2 scan tools that work the same way. Now, all these scan tools are a phone or tablet based kind of a scan tool, so it's something that pretty much anybody with a smartphone can use. And the reason this is important is because you, as a general person, if you're not much of a mechanical or electronic person, are going to be able to use these things for making sure you don't get screwed when you go to a shop that you may or may not quite trust. So we're going to go ahead and go over these in just a moment. Okay, so I have the 3 scan tool units here. Now, all of these work with a smartphone device. This one is the first one that I purchased. This is the second one I purchased. This is the one that, since I started my channel, they want me to review. Now, they did not say that I need to give it a good review. They didn't say that I should compare it to other scanners. They just said review it. That's all they asked. They just want me to review it. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I'm also going to add on that I have experience with this kind of scanner. Now, there is one thing about this one that intrigued me, that actually made me think this might be a better version of a scan tool. I saw something in the notes about it being able to link remotely. So, for instance, if this applies, if it is what I thought I heard or read, you could, for instance, take this guy and contact me as an example, and I could see what your vehicle is telling you through the internet. So I'd be able to remotely diagnose a vehicle. Now, if that is true on this is going to be huge, and I will be offering some kind of system where I can diagnose or help diagnose your vehicle for you if you get into a bind. But we're not going to get into that quite yet. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start where I started. So this scanner here is a OBD link. So you can see OBD link, and I think they have like website or something on here. Maybe not, I don't know. But you can see it's a Bluetooth device. This one is the Elm 327, super cheap. It is also, this particular one is a Bluetooth one. I know it is just because of experience, I guess. It doesn't say it anywhere. But they also offer a Wi-Fi one, so be careful when buying these things to make sure that it's going to be compatible with your phone. Now, sometimes Apple is a little weird with these. I have an Android myself. Apple might get a little funky with you. I don't know about Windows phones. I'm going to be using an Android, but make sure it works with your application. This one here, when I first bought this, it works with the computer and it works with the phone. The computer links up through a USB cable, and that was really nice. Now, the benefits of this one, being as old as it is not only does it have a serial COM port here, which might come in handy later for me, but I digress. So this one's nice because of its speed. This thing, its refresh rate is insanely fast. I mean, if you're working on like a GM, for instance, GM has very good data protocols, and this thing communicates insanely fast. That's what I like about this one. This one here is a little bit slower. It's a Wi-Fi unit, does not have any kind of USB connection anywhere, but being as cheap as it is, it's nice for the rough user that just wants to pull codes and get some data out of them. But the protocols aren't quite as fast on this. Plus, it does get a little bit warm underneath the dashboard. This one here is the one that I am reviewing, of course, and we're going to go ahead and open up. Now, I did tear it, but I decided not to open it until I was on camera. So let's go ahead and slide this thing out of here. You know, maybe I'll have to actually pull the wrapper clean off and take a look. There we go. It's nice packaging, I'll give them that. Comes with a little gift card, so if there's a number on here, I'm going to cover that up just in case there's something for me there. I don't know, but okay. I don't see anything special. You can see this one is even smaller than these two by a lot. I mean, this one every once in a while is bulky enough that it can't get under certain engine bays very easily because it gets in the way. That was a nice thing about this one. It fit on pretty much anything and everything. without any trouble, being it has the remote cable like a normal scan tool would. But this one, it is tiny. I mean, here, we'll give you a comparison here. You can see the size difference. That is a huge difference in size. So that's pretty cool that it's that small. I like that it's got this little hook here to grab a hold of it. So we have this little bitty dongle here. Let's go ahead and get in a car. I'm going to be using a 2008 Ford Fusion today for my test subject, and this is a personal vehicle. Now, if I feel a need to go to another vehicle, we will as well. But I already know the other two scanners, so I'm not going to go ahead and put those up here. I'm just going to explain the pros and cons of them versus this. And I do not know if this has a separate software or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the software situation figured out. I see there's an instruction thing on that thing that I first pulled out. And once I get the software taken care of, I will get you guys on camera and we will go over how it all works. Okay, I have the key on, the dongle in, connected to my phone, and it wasn't too hard of a process. I installed the application that is for this particular scanner. Now, the other two scanners I have both work with a different application that I had paid for quite some time ago. It was like $25 or something. Speaking of price, I did forget to mention the price of this unit. Currently, at the time of this video, it's roughly 40 bucks. Now, of course, I will throw a link in the description below because that is the point of me doing this review, was for you guys to be able to find this item. Now, before I get into too much details here, I want to make sure I mention, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already and you've been watching my channel previously. But we're going to go ahead and get into the details. I made a dodo head move, and I'm going to prevent you guys from making the same dodo head move. So, it comes with this little pamphlet. It also, this particular one came with a discount off a certain item, and I'm not going to go over what that is. But if you get a discounted item, might as well get it. It was a buck purchase on a certain item that I would have no reason to not take advantage of that had it not been given to me for free. So this unit I may or may not give away at the end of this video. We're going to see how everything goes and how I decide on it. I may end up purchasing one to give away. Stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Now it gives you this little deal here, and on here it gives you step by step 1 through 7 of how to get this thing set up. Of course, it tells you to turn your Bluetooth on, it tells you to download the application, and then it tells you to register and all that stuff. Then the part that I screwed up on was I did not flip this over. I thought, okay, I'll just connect to the device. You can't just go to your Bluetooth settings, connect to the device. It doesn't work that way. And because it wasn't working that way, I noticed in the application it has a place where it says update firmware for both Bluetooth, you know, for a couple different things. And I did that. Wasn't working. Rebooted my phone. Well, if I had flipped this over and just finished reading the instructions, it would have been taken care of. So on the instructions, it shows a spot when you get the main part of the screen open on the main app. There is a thing right at the top. It says connect to Bluetooth device. Click that. Done. That's all it takes. It's that easy. I made it way harder than it needed to be. Now, the time it took to do this, of course, downloading is going to vary. It was definitely an under 5-minute setup process. Once you're set up, you're going to be good to go, and you won't have to not only worry about this, but you won't have to worry about figuring out how to set up anything later on. So we're going to go ahead and go over what we can do in this scan tool. I'm going to bring the phone to the camera, and we will go over some things. Now, I did look through here just a little bit real quick, and I came across this screen. So this screen, so you can see on this screen, we have, it says hi to me. That's who I logged in as. So if you're looking for me, there I am. We have OBD2 or OBD functions, full vehicle module scan, real-time remote diagnostic, black box. Now, two very cool features are these bottom two. Those are going to come in handy big time. Real-time remote diagnostics. Perform diagnostics via web page remotely. You click on that, and it gives you this. It says, please plug in the Thinkcar into your OBD. You know, basically hook up to the darn thing. Then contact your technician and provide this code to him or her. And they will have to visit the website, enter the code, basically is what it comes down to, and then they'll be able to connect and see what you see, which is very, very cool. So that feature alone makes this scanner pretty awesome, and I am going to try that out before I finish this video so I can let you know how that goes. So there's that. But the other one that I mentioned was that black box screen. So the black box: record, save, retrieve OBD data for Diagnostic. That is going to be awesome for myself, because all my big scanners that I've ever used, you're always able to record data and see it. Now, the other thing that I had, the last time I used it, I did not see a record feature. There might be one, I just don't know about it yet. I haven't used any of these scanners for quite some time now, but that would also be a very handy feature, because you could save it to a file and you could probably just send it to me. So that might be handy later in the future too. Alright, so there's a message center on here. I'm not going to show you my message center, not yet. I mean, I could. There's nothing on there. I just signed up for it. Alright, so I am currently trying to see what kind of things are actually available on here as far as live data and such. I'm having trouble finding a live data screen, but I'm sure I will. They have to have something for more than what they have. I mean, the main screen has a RPM and speed and things like that, but I want what the throttle position sensor is doing, things like that. It shows mass airflow sensor, I guess, and temperature, but that's really minor. I mean, I want to see O2s, things like that. So I'm trying a different thing. I clicked on something for scan related, emissions related, or something of that nature. I'll have to double check what it was I clicked on, but I had to do an update right away. So I wanted to spit out that it seems like everything I click on has to do an update. Now, this might be a first time setup type of thing only. I'm not sure. Your experiences may vary. Just something that I noticed and wanted to make note of. Now, it says scan results. So it didn't give me any info other than it says engine light status off, diagnostic trouble code 0, readiness complete 8, readiness not supported 2, and data stream supported 48. Ignition spark. Oh, can I click on those? Can't really. Gives me the VIN. It doesn't really do anything there. There we go. Readiness, freeze frame, fault code, clear fault code. There is none, so I'm not doing that. Control operation of on-board computer system. There we go. Let's see what that has. Maybe that's a functional test. Are not met, please. Oh, it's like waiting for it to be ready. Read data stream. Let's try that. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to scan through this a little bit, and then I will select some that might be kind of a good to know data stream here. Okay, so I select some primary ones. There was also a select all feature I could have clicked on, but I just wanted to select a decent amount of the more important ones out of curiosity. So I see absolute throttle position 15%. I don't know why it's showing it red, but it is. We have airflow rate in grams per second. I wonder if I can change that. There's got to be something in the settings that I can change that, I'd imagine. It doesn't let me do it right here. There we go. Okay, that's nice. There we go. So they do have a graph feature. So you have basically what you need for truly diagnosing these things. I'm going to go ahead and give the throttle a little bit of a snap, and we'll see how responsive this is. Now this is Bake 1 Sensor 102 sensor. Alright, so you can see this is where it was idling, and then this is where I had the RPMs up, and then this is where I let off the throttle, and it's going back down again. This is an O2 sensor. Now this is pretty typical of a reading for it to go up and down constantly. That's normal. The faster rate here is normal as well, but I do notice this thing has a very slow refresh rate. I'm not sure yet if I can reset that or change that in the settings of this thing, but it is something I'm going to definitely have to look into. Overall, I'm liking what I see. Just trying to decipher whether things are going to be as easy. Oh, there's a combine section. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if I hit combine, I can check some boxes and combine a couple of things. Let's go ahead and mix up Bank 1 Sensor 1 and Bank 2 Sensor 1, and let's hit OK. There, see, that's nice. That is a nice feature to have. Now, this could be useful if, say, you were looking at the O2 sensors and you wanted to compare it to long-term fuel trims, or Maybe you wanted to look at the airflow rate in relation to, where's the map sensor? I know I put it in here. There it is. Map sensor. So let's go ahead and do that once. So now I could go and snap the throttle. I popped it up there. I wonder if I can zoom in somehow. Oop, too much? Oh yeah, too much. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. That's kind of cool. It's a little slow though. I don't know if that's my phone or the software. Okay, there, I got it zoomed in. I'm gonna go ahead and snap the throttle and let's see what happens, see how well it responds. Alright, so guys, got you in a position where you can see the dashboard of the car, and I can go ahead and do the throttle with the screen right here as well. Oh wow, big difference. Let's zoom out on this then. That changed everything. There we go. Okay, let's try that again with it zoomed out. Okay, I would say that responds very well. That's pretty much spot on. Now, if I could change this direction of the zoom, that would be nice. So it shows it a little bit closer up. It's not letting me do that way. I'm not sure if I have a setting for that on here, but it would be very cool if they did. All in all, I do like what I see there. So let's get out of here. Enough of that. I'm going to look at a couple things quick, and then we'll see if I bring you back with something new, or if I bring you to the computer and we see how this thing can communicate over the internet. Okay, so this is interesting. I was trying to exit out of that section, and it popped this thing up. It's got a vehicle report thing. I'm not sure what this is all about. I don't know how to use it yet, but it's kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and back. Okay, so what I clicked on was OBD functions to get into that area, and that was kind of cool that I could do that kind of stuff. Now, full vehicle module scan. This is interesting. I wonder if I can actually do anything with the other modules. So I'm going to check that quick and let you guys know. Okay, so here's another one of these updates that it's asking for doing. Now, before this screen, it did prompt me for doing binding this VIN to this unit, and it's a free trial of 60 days or something like that. I didn't really read it because I really don't care as long as I can do it to show you guys. But that tells me that there's a pay-to-use kind of a recurrence thing on here. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out in the end. But I guess what we're going to try and find out today during this little review session. This is their loading screen. That's kind of a funny little loading screen, but kind of neat at the same time. Okay, so it looks like it's trying to initialize with the modules of the vehicle. It gives me a timer here to say how long it's been, and it says estimated runtime 2 to 6 minutes. I'm sure that depends on data protocol speeds. Being a Ford, this might be a little bit slower, but I don't know. I mean, there we go. It's starting to show the modules. That's kind of cool. So let's see what it does. We'll see where it goes in the end once it's done, and hopefully I can do stuff with these modules, but I don't know. None of the other scan tools I have used are able to do anything with anything other than basically the engine control module. So if this thing can do what the other scanners can't, that would be friggin' awesome. I'll be straightforward with that. That would be absolutely awesome. Okay, so to finish this deal, it's just showing all the codes, and then I have this report button here. I'm not sure how that would work quite yet, but let's go ahead and try touching something. Let's try instrument cluster. Nothing. So let's click on, since that did nothing, let's click report. Oh, that's basically telling me, hey, you're good to go. That's pretty much all it says. Hey, all these things are good, you're good to go. Interesting. So I wonder if there was a code, if this would be something that you can screenshot to give to whoever you're having work on the vehicle. Say, hey, you're lying to me, it's this code or whatever. That would be good for a personal use case for somebody who's not very car literate. As a technician myself, I don't find any use for that really, other than to find what the code is. Real-time remote diagnostic. So this is going to be via web page remotely. So let's go ahead and go into that. I will get my computer set up to show us what the web page is, and I will get you guys right back as soon as I'm connected to the computer. Alright, so this is way cool. I am very impressed with this factor that I can link up so easily. I still want to be impressed by the rest of it yet. I have not clicked on anything. Now, setting this up was actually pretty darn easy. Going through the website was pretty self-explanatory. I'm not even going to bother going through how I did it and explaining it to you guys because it was so step-by-step easy. Now, you can see on here, it's saying that remote operation, keep the network connected on there. That's because this is going through here. Now you can see I'm on the same window here as it is here. That's because basically this is almost like taking over this part of the phone. So they are linked together, and that's why I'm holding this up. I want you guys to see that. Hopefully, there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on something here. Let's see if I can do like, oh here, special functions. Cool. Body chat. Oh, hey, this might even be better on the computer. Let's click on body once out of curiosity. Restraints. I don't know, we'll just click something. Zero weight sensor test. Sensory zeroing. Oh, actually, she's got a problem with the weight sensor on the passenger side, so maybe I'll go ahead and do this. This function will change the vehicle status. Confirm. Turn ignition on. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go over there, and you can see it's telling the person with the phone turn on ignition. So I can actually perform test through my computer remotely to somebody on the other side of the world, as far as I'm concerned. As long as I'm connected to them via the internet, I can actually do this with them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and confirm. The seat must be empty during blah blah blah. Yep, I get it. So I'm gonna skip that for you guys. Continue. Oh, perfect. So it says it has to sit for no less than 4 hours, and it is actually like midnight right now, so there is no way that I'm gonna be sitting in that passenger seat anytime soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit continue as soon as I make sure there's nothing on the seat. I don't think there's anything on the seat, but I'm gonna go ahead and check it anyway. Okay, as expected, there's nothing on the seat, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit yes. And out of curiosity, I'm gonna see if I can hit yes on here. No, I cannot. So the computer is in full control right now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit yes. Firmly hit the headrest 3 times and press OK. Okay, I hit the headrest 3 times. So I wonder if a person could be on the phone while doing this, because I was not able to hit OK on the phone. There, calibration succeeded. Confirm. Good, hopefully that solves their issue. She was having trouble with the light not turning on the right time. Like it didn't sense the proper, people being sitting in there and whatnot. So hopefully that takes care of that. Alright, well maybe I did actually fix something on this car. I didn't think I was going to. Temporarily leave the current page. No, okay, so how do I... Oh, there we go. Okay, so you have to hit back here. You can't hit back up in the actual browser. So, by the way, while I'm in here, you'll notice this is not Windows, nor is it an Apple product. This is actually Linux. And if you guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw a shout out for Chris Titus Tech. So I have him up here. If you have any interest of leaving whatever your current operating system is, check this guy out. He covers all the operating systems, and he goes over why he switched to Linux. I have a Linux operating system. I love it. There's a couple little quirks that it has, and it is a little tough to learn, but this guy goes through it and explains pretty much everything in such a way that helps convince you. Shout out to Chris Titus Tech. I told him I would shout out for him, and there he is. So be sure to check him out if you're interested in switching out of your current operating system. Alright, so back to this. We have this stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and get back to some... Oops, too far. I suppose you guys don't need this up here anymore. Obviously that's linked directly, so I'll just go ahead and set that down. That's not doing any good. Let's do some special functions, hopefully. On powertrain, let's see what we can do. We'll do a power balance. This function will change the vehicle status. Confirm. And just so they're going through, what to do. Okay, so I have the parking brake applied just like it asked for, and it is sitting in park. I'm going to go ahead and hit confirm. And I'm listening to the vehicle to see if it starts stumbling or if it just does a balance test. And it's just doing a balance test. That's nice. So this is Ford's balance test. It's showing cylinder 4 is a little bit lower compression, and cylinder 3 is a bit high along with cylinder 6. So cylinder 4 must be slightly weak on this car, but it's not very weak. I mean, it's The middle of the road is right here at 0, and we have it's pretty darn level, so that's pretty good. That's cool. So we can do all kinds of things through this program. I am very, very impressed. I am definitely kind of sold on this. Now, obviously, I mentioned that thing one-time link or whatever for 60 days or whatever it said for, what did I select? I don't remember. But if they start like charging a monthly fee or something, I guess that wouldn't be the end of the world as long as they're reasonable about it. This is taking a little while, and I'm not sure why. Oh, I think I lost my link. Maybe I touched the phone stupid. Let's see what happens when I hit start again. I might have lost the link. Well, it's been a little bit. I'm pretty sure I lost the link. Regardless of my losing the link, that thing is cool. I am very, very impressed with that thing. I have to say, it blew my mind. I did not expect what it did. I kind of expected a little bit. I didn't expect to do a functional test, an airbag calibration, or seat calibration for the airbag sensor in the seat. I did not expect to be able to do something like that on this car. I didn't even know that was an option available. I never really looked. I didn't have a reason to. I just came across it on this software, and that is very cool. I know some cars have that calibration. I never thought to do it to the wife's car. I know she's been complaining about the sensor. Maybe this will fix the problem. Maybe not. I don't know. Either way, it's cool that it could take care of that. I'm sure there's tons of features that I have no idea anything about yet, but I will learn them over time. And if I come back to this video, it's going to be to give you guys more insight on it. I might touch on this scanner a little more. I'm going to keep it for a little bit. But if you want to enter for the giveaway, go to my website. I will have a link in the description, and be sure to send me a, submit to my mailing list. Leave a note about what you're signing up for, that you want a scanner like that, and I will be sure that when I do decide to give this thing up, it'll probably be in about a month or so, after I've had some time to play with it and I buy one. I will certainly give a lucky winner. I'll take up to 200 or less applicants, no more than that, because it just gets to be too little of chance of winning. So if you are one of the first 200 to sign up for my mailing list, you have a 0.5% chance of winning, I guess. But what I'll do is I'll select a random person from that list, and if you win, great, and we'll send you a scanner. So with that, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, I hope to see you on another video. Thanks for watching. My mind is still blown. That's cool. That scanner is very, very cool for how small of a dongle. I'm gonna grab it quick, because this little thing, I'm impressed. I am impressed. Hopefully you guys with Thinkcar don't get greedy. If you charge rates to leave things unlocked or use cars or have a technician sign up for this thing, try to do minimal expense on any kind of subscription type things, because if you guys can push this, you're going good. Those are my final thoughts with this whole project. So yeah, I enjoyed using this thing. This thing is very, very cool. I'm going to use this in the future to try and learn it, get used to it. Yeah, enough rambling. I'm out, and I got some stuff to put away. I don't know why I'm up at 1 a.m. But I'm going to get out of here.